Welcome to Maasmechelen in Belgium for round 3 of the Rallycross Challenge Europe. This classic circuit is 1,070 metres, lies close to Genk and Maastricht, and after the first right-hand corner on the track comes the split from the racing line and the joker lap. 60% tarmac, 40% gravel and full of testing corners. Fastest lap ever here, set by Martin Schanker back in 1998. Well, let's meet our drivers in our 4 classes once scrutineering is completed. We'll catch up with the Super 1600s first. All the cars in the class 1600cc front-wheel drive hot hatches. Currently leading the standings is Latvia's Artis Baumanis, Hungary's Luigi in the Skoda Fabia. Hot on his heels, as is Sven Seliger. Well, lots of excitement during the heats, all 4 laps. Among the 14 competitors this weekend, 4 Belgians and 2 Dutch drivers joining the regulars. In the centre of the drama, Russia's Egor Sanin, fastest in Heat 1 and then black flagged out of Heat 2 for excessive physical contact. Luigi won Heat 3 in his Skoda, with Sanin back on top in Heat 4 in his Clio. He lies 3rd after qualifying in the points, Kasparas Navikas taking the 2nd, and Sven Seliger maximum points in his Ford Fiesta. Into the first of our semi-finals, 8 cars on the grid, and instead of 4 laps as in the heats, the drivers will complete 6 in the semis and the finals. Fastest man, Kasparas Navikas, 19-year-old in the Skoda Fabia, fast and combative. The all-white Skoda has lead. Luigi on the inside in his Skoda edges out Artis Baumanis in the black and orange Renault Twingo. He's dicing for 3rd as we join Chris Froome behind, straight onto the joker lap for the Belgian in his Suzuki Swift. Now Vickers showing the rest a clean pair of heels. As behind him, Luigi holds off Artis Baumanis and they battle for 2nd place. Looking back from the Hungarian Skoda Fabia. Baumanis not with the pace he needs, trouble for Froome. The Bilguin prepared Suzuki Swift out of shape. No damage done as he continues. But Stouten on the outside and Pavel Wimmer bumping his way through. Looks like the Peugeot driver is stranded at the side of the circuit. Luigi holds off Artis Baumanis in the race for 2nd as Kasparas Navikas wins the first semi-final. 7 cars on the grid for semi-final B. Egor Sanin, the fast man in practice, but was he a little too wild? Away they go, front wheel scrabbling for grip. Sanin with the lead into the first corner in the Renault Clio. Tight inside line, pays off for Sven Seliger. He grabs 2nd ahead of the similar Fiesta number 2 of Ties Hetzen. So can the Belgians compete with the regular RCE contenders here? Sanin starting to pull away immediately. And Sanin showing the pace he had in the qualifying heats, romping away out front. Again, the semi-final over 6 laps rather than 4 in the heats. And just like the heats, it's all about Egor Sanin, the Russian Renault driver, romping away to victory. Into the final, front row, closest to us, Seliger, then Navikas, then Sanin up by the barriers on the inside on the run to the first corner. The all-important start, Navikas in front, Sanin in the barriers. He still continues, he's in 2nd, Seliger leads. Let's take a look, replay with Luigi, contact into the barriers. Luigi held up, he goes by Navikas, he gets a bump from behind. And Sanin somehow continues in the gravel on the outside though, they'll Pavel Wimmer. Navikas turned around by the number 2 Ford Fiesta. Seliger leading, he's trying to pull away. And Navikas again in trouble, this time assaulted by Artis Baumanis in the orange and black Twingo. Seliger with Sanin on his tail, Luigi in 3rd. But where is Kasparas Navikas? There is the all-white Skoda Fabia. It looks wrecked. On board with Ties Hetzen. Damage on the front left where he turned Navikas around here earlier on. Egor Sanin with that damage from the first corner leads as Sven Seliger comes back on from his joker lap. Inside Luigi comes Hedson. Contact again. The Hungarian shown the black flag by the organisers. He should pull off into the pits. He decides not to as the lead pair race on. Well, there is Luigi. Coming up behind him is the Czech Václav Veverka in his Peugeot 208. Oh, and Luigi very sideways again, tries to get the door shut. More contact. Artis Balmanis in the Twingo ahead of Luigi. That's probably the safest place as everybody gets bottled up behind. Egor Sanin rushes on towards the checkered flag. Stays away from Sven Seliger for victory. Seliger in second and Artis Balmanis coming through for third. So there is Egor Sanin in the Renault Clio. Artis Balmanis, important points. Third place in the Super 1600 final behind Sven Seliger and our Russian winner. Well, he looks happy and so he should. Maximum points for the final. Sven Seliger, though, takes the overall series lead. Well, let's hear now from Sven Seliger. Been coming here for years, rallycrossing. This is one of my favourite rallycross tracks in Europe. Really happy with a big bunch of points here. Great audience here. Next week we head to Valkenswaard and hopefully I'll be able to do well again there. It's tight at the top. Sven Seliger claiming 31 points from Maasmechelen. He's now got 86 in the championship. Egor Sanin and Artis Balmanis, 3 behind him. Our next category, Super Touring Cars minus. Cars all up to 2 litres, front-wheel drive hatchbacks. 17 men in the field, 15 Belgians, 1 from the Czech Republic. This is him, Roman Castoral, and a single Dutchman. Castoral, probably the one they are all focused on in his Opel Astra. Fastest man so far this season in the class and the winner in the Czech Republic. The other man that the crowd will have an eye on is the 60-year-old veteran Jos Sterckens, the Belgian in his Volvo C30, a redoubtable rallycross contender. However, it is Castoral who is fastest in heats 1 and 2 and then again in heats 3 and 4. He still remains the benchmark in the category. Sterckens, Chris Bammons and Martijn van Heuvel are also leading the charge for the home crowd. Castoral with maximum points. Will he do the same in the finals? Into semi-final A, Roman Castoral in the middle of the front row of the grid. 8 cars on the grid here. And Castoral with a great start. Andre Snows, who had a trouble time in qualifying, gets a good getaway. Castoral has the lead. Behind him, Chris Bammons, the Peugeot 206, the black and blue car. Will he have enough to show anything to Roman Castoral? With the lead, the Czech Republic driver can dictate the pace of the final. Trouble behind, that's Philip Bayliss and Dave van Beers. Castoral being chased by Bammons, and then behind him, Jos Mertens and Joel Strax. But it is about one man, the Czech racing team Opel Astra out front. As he races on to victory in the first of the semis, there's trouble for Chris Bammons. Is that steam or smoke pouring out from under the Peugeot? Jos Mertens trying to get around. Joel Strax right there as well. Amazing, the Peugeot driver is holding on until he comes to a steaming halt. Out of the event, Dave van Beers after damage to his Renault Clio early on. Tidy up before semi-final B. Jos Sterckens in the middle of the front row of the grid. Away they go. And Sterckens not making a good start on the inside, the green BMW 1M. That is Martijn van Heuvel, and he has the lead. Sterckens edged out wide. Ivo van den Brandt went through on the inside in the Mitsubishi Colt. He's still there in second. Sterckens gives him a push. Martijn van Heuvel pulling away. Fourth place as the battling continues behind. The number 11 Opel Corsa, Robert Horris, 17 years old. There he is, youngest man in the Rallycross Challenge Europe. He's having a great run. Martijn van Herve pulling away fast in the BMW. Ivo van den Brandt clear of Jos Sterkens. And then from the oldest to the youngest in the field, there is Horace in 4th place in the Opel Corsa. Three-way battle for 5th behind as the leaders continue to churn up the dust. Oh, and Mike Ubben just got through into 5th, spins it away. Looks like he won't make the final, but this battle with Sterkens, and on the inside the youngster Horace. He gets through, looks like he will go through to the final. Van Herve holding it to the line. The BMW 1 Series M wins. And Jos Sterkens setting the fastest lap time as he too books himself a place in the final. So the big final then, Roman Castoral versus a horde of Belgians. There's Martijn van Herve on the inside. And on the outside, the number 81, the Peugeot still going for Chris Bammons. Doesn't get a good start. Sterkens through into 3rd. Battle for the lead just goes to Roman Castoral. Another neat first corner from the man from the Czech Republic. And the Opel Astra is once more in front. And what can the BMW and all the other Belgians do? Joel Strax, Eric Wilkinson, Robert Horace all go through for their Joker lap early on. That's to try and find some clear track away from Roman Castoral. Sterkens looking to the inside for 2nd place, can't get through. Chris Bammons in 4th place. Oh, and Bammons out very wide indeed, into the barriers. And that is the end of his final. Roman Castoral pulling away now. He took his Joker lap very early in this 6-heat final. And again, able to dictate the pace. Behind him, Martijn van Herve and Jos Sterkens with that low riding rear end on the Volvo. Sterkens, after the Joker lap, comes through into 2nd place. Joel Strax also took his Joker lap early on in his Honda Civic. And that pushes him up the order. As everybody else takes theirs later on, he remains in 3rd place. Roman Castoral, though, the man out front, and he will claim victory in the Opel Astra. Jos Sterkens in 2nd place. And Joel Strax, the number 46 Honda, 3rd, ahead of Robert Horace. Jeff Mertens behind him. Martijn van Herve losing out in the BMW, dropping down the order, getting stuck in traffic after his Joker lap. Castoral, Sterkens and Strax are the top 3. Man from the Czech Republic, winner at home, wins again here in Maasmechelen. Experience to the fore here as Jos Sterkens is the first man with the Champagne Open. He takes points for 2nd, Joel Strax for 3rd. So what did Joel think about the weekend?
Zaterdag, ik had een heel goede start.
Not overly impressed, Joel Strax.
Tweede ronde.
Said
mis ik mijn rempunt en ik
couple of laps into one of my heats. Missed my braking, straight off the track. And it took me a couple of minutes to get back on. So in the final, didn't go too well either. So pretty disappointing all round, I'm afraid. Not a great weekend. With victory here in Belgium, Roman Castoral retakes the championship lead, 1 ahead of Jos Sterkens. Lots more action to come here from Maasmechelen. Welcome back to Maasmechelen in Belgium as we head into the Super Touring Cars Plus Round 3 of Rallycross Challenge Europe. This is Philip van der Heyden in his Volvo and Ludo Hermans in his new shape Ford Escort. The man who's been the pace setter though is closest to the camera seat holders, fastest in the 1st and the 3rd heats. Luke Maris in an older Volvo 242, fastest in heat 2. In this 4th heat though, Ludo Hermans with the Escort in front. Van der Heyden trying to go around the outside of Folders. He takes his Joker lap early, followed by Bert Bosmans. 242 as Ludo Hermans keeps his nose out front. And then the first mistake we've seen all season from Steve Folders. Even he is not immune to being caught out by the demanding Maasmechelen circuit. He's not alone though. Bert Bosmans also commits a cardinal sin here, looping the long Volvo around in front of Hermans. Nevertheless, it is Steve Folders who claims maximum points from qualifying ahead of Luc Maris and Philip van der Heijden. In a category again dominated by Belgian and Dutch drivers. No semi-finals in Super Touring Cars Plus, straight into the final. There is Steve Folders, closest to the camera, number 33, Philip van der Heijden, trying to get a good start away from the grid. Luc Maris in the centre in the white 242. There's contact behind and into a flip. Philip van der Heijden. That's a big roll. Let's take a look from Ludo Hermans. Good start in front. Maris on the inside. And then there's contact. And he gets shoved out wide into van der Heijden. Philip van der Heijden, not sure how much of this he's going to see. He's on the left-hand side. Goes around the outside, and then the big Volvo gets punted into him. And that is the end of his final. Well, he is out of the car and in one piece, which is more than you can say for the Volvo. Red flags are out. They go back to the grid. They will do it all again, but without Philip van der Heijden. So once more, gearing themselves up for Super Touring Cars Plus and the final. Front row, missing the black Volvo. Jump start for Ludo Hermans. Start aborted. And Hermans now, the penalty will be to do 2 joker laps. Good start from Luc Maris in the Volvo 242. Steve Folders in second place in the Ford Escort. And the Mark III Shape Escort will have to do 2 joker laps, the blue and white one. Luc Maris with the lead over Steve Folders. Then Ludo Hermans. And the Belgian coloured BMW M3 of Dave Leysen. Oh dear, pressure. Folders runs out very wide. Huge lead now for the Volvo driver, Luc Maris. And Steve Folders feeling the pressure here in Maasmechelen. What can he do to try and regain the advantage? There's the BMW M3 in 4th place. Luc Maris continues as Steve Folders takes an early joker lap. Now, will that pay off for him? Folders behind Ludo Hermans, takes the inside line. Hermans still just out there. Hermans has to do 2 joker laps, don't forget, because of that jump start. Luc Maris will take his later in the heat. Here he goes. He's got a big advantage. How will this work out? On board with Ludo Hermans. He goes in to take his joker lap. And as he pops back out, Luc Maris still has the lead over Steve Folders. Folders in the Escort, not close enough. It didn't work. Looks like the Volvo is just the superior car. Folders very sideways. Desperately trying to reel in the leader, but Bosmans in 3rd place in his 242. Luc Maris holding off Steve Folders right to the checkered flag. He's going to take victory in the final for the first time this season. For sale, that's a good advert for the Volvo. It might be old, but it is still quick. Steve Folders offers his congratulations on a great final. Well won by Luc Maris. Bert Bosmans making it 2 Volvos on the podium. Steve's already won 2 races, so didn't really expect I beat him. He's so fast, and so is his car. He's doing a really great job. Equal points in Belgium from Maris and Folders, but Folders leads the championship by 13 from van der Heijden. The blue ribbon class supercars being led by Jos Janssen. Maasmechelen here on the front row of this heat with Janssen. Roman Stepanenko, the Russian in the 60C4, also on the front row. Maasmechelen skipping World Rallycross in Canada, in Montreal, to be here in Maasmechelen. Takes the lead with Stepanenko on the inside, squeezing his way through. And then Jos Janssen also pushing his way past the Austrian veteran. Well, the Citroën driver is in good form. Stepanenko fastest in all 4 heats in the end. There's trouble for those behind. Board in the dust of Maasmechelen with Max Puka. There you see Jos Janssen spinning in front of him and blocking the track. Qualifying not about who wins, it's about setting the fastest times and getting maximum points. Stepanenko definitely the man on form here in Belgium. Championships will all be decided by a combination of the points scored in qualifying and in the finals. Maximum of 16 for the best man in both, a total for the weekend of 32. And after the qualifying heats, Roman Stepanenko has already put himself in the driving seat for the weekend. Maximum points for him, 1 ahead of Jos Janssen. Max Puka down in 4th place. Joining them on the front row of the grid for the final will be Johnny Verkeuringen in his Subaru Impreza, who was 3rd after qualifying. Jos Janssen in the middle of the front row. Roman Stepanenko, the Russian, will have pole position. Well, a full start to the first attempt to get away by Verkeuringen means that the man in the black and yellow Impreza will have to do 2 joker laps. So here we go again. Good start again from the Subaru and from the Citroën. Jos Janssen in 3rd place. He said after the first start he's got problems with the ABS on his car, and he's already down to 4th behind Roman Puka in the Ford Fiesta. So it's Roman Stepanenko drifting out wide. Through goes the Subaru. 2 joker laps might not make the black and yellow car so much of a challenge, but it doesn't remove the thorn from the Russian side. That means that Stepanenko has to get his nose back in front. Johnny Verkeuringen pushing hard though. Subaru Impreza looking very strong here. Local knowledge certainly helping. Max Puka ahead of Jos Janssen being pushed through the corner. First of his joker laps for Johnny Verkeuringen, comes back in 2nd ahead of Max Puka. Roman Stepanenko racing away out front. Fellow Russian Oleg Grishin in trouble in the Skoda, just misses the barriers. Verkeuringen giving chase here as the Fiesta gets it all wrong. Max Puka goes off stage left. Big spin from him under braking. Well, he rejoins, chastened and further back down the order. 600 horsepower Ford still lurches off the line. Jos Janssen now piling on the pressure for 2nd. Verkeuringen has to take a 2nd joker lap. That'll drop him down to 3rd. As Stepanenko goes by stranded cars. Comes off his joker lap. Verkeuringen also does. That's Grishin Skoda Fabia at the end of the joker lap. Doesn't stop Roman Stepanenko racing away to the checkered flag. Jos Janssen 2nd and a surprise 3rd for Johnny Verkeuringen, the Belgian in the Subaru Impreza. Hot work from Jos Janssen. Hotter still from Roman Stepanenko, our final winner in Maasmechelen. Takes another point away from Jos Janssen. The Belgian having a good weekend on home soil.
Ja, het weekend is al met al wel goed verlopen.
Weekend very good for us, he said. Shame there weren't quite as many drivers arriving as we'd hoped, but for everything else, the heats, qualifying, the finals, all pretty good. Stepanenko was amazing, the fastest man all weekend, but for us, pretty good. Vital points for Roman Stepanenko in qualifying and racing. He's now joint championship leader with Jos Janssen. And the action continues apace. From Maasmechelen we head next to Valkenswaard in the Netherlands. Catch up with all the action from the European Rallycross Challenge next time out.